So you're trying to change your life in 2024. You're trying to find challenges, tasks to do, and you heard about something that's roughly 10 weeks and it's supposed to change your life mentally, physically, and all these different variations. And it's for 75 days. So we're probably talking about the 75 Hard Challenge. Now, if you haven't already, I created an entire video talking about it, going in depth about it. Now I'm going to tell you guys about how I'm breaking it down, how I'm making it more manageable for myself. And I honestly and truly feel like this way will be easier to make it manageable and actually achieve it and actually do it, contrary to just doing it the cookie cut way. But the video, as I said, will be linked below of the explanation of everything else. So this is just my experience of it, and I'm on day 2 and how I'm doing it differently than most people do it. So first, what is the 75-day challenge? Just roughly speaking. For 75 days, you are doing essentially 5 or 6 things. So first, you are following a diet, no cheats, no alcohol, anything like that. You're doing 2 45-minute workouts a day. You're drinking a gallon of water a day. You're reading 10 pages of a nonfiction, either a personal development, self-help book, and then you're taking a progress picture every day. So that is the 75 Hard Challenge. Now I am breaking it into something that is more manageable. So I don't know if you guys have heard it before, but they also have the 75 Soft and the 75 Medium. And also, of course, the 75 Hard. So I'm breaking it up so I can make it manageable and achievable. And let me basically tell y'all how I'm doing that. So first, I am starting 25 days with the 75 Soft, 25 days with the 75 Medium, and 25 days with the 75 Hard. And I'll explain why and how to do it. But this is the difference between them all. And this is my variation of the difference. I don't want nobody like, oh, I searched up the 75 Soft and they said this. This is my variation. You can follow if you want or just how you like. So for the first 25 days, the 75 Soft, cooking for 4 days out of the week. So only for 4. And the reason I said cooking for 4 days is because on some of the days I'm going to be meal prepping. So I'm counting it as if I meal prep for that day, that counts as me cooking for that day. The next one, for the 75 Medium, which is 25 days after that, cooking 6 times for 6 days out of the week and mainly focusing on healthy meals. So doing it 80-20, 80% of the food is healthy, 20% could be just whatever. The differentiation, if you paid attention, is one is just cooking. Another one is focusing on cooking healthier. And then for the 75 Hard, cooking for 7 days out of the week, no cheat meals, completely healthy. So if you see, there's a gradual build between them all, right? Like first I'm just getting myself used to cooking, getting myself used to in the kitchen and stuff like that. Then I'm like, all right, you've been doing this for 25 days. Now you need to start making sure you're cooking healthy, and you're going to start cooking more. And then for the last 25 days, it's like you've been cooking all these days. Now you're focusing on healthy. Now, when it comes to the drinking, for the first 25 days, you could only drink once a week. That's for the Soft. For the Medium, you could drink once every other week. And then for the Hard, you can drink no alcohol at all. So I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. It kind of gets you into, okay, just once a week. Okay, once every other week. Okay, not at all. Because after a while, you're like, I haven't drunk in a while anyway. When it comes to drinking water. So I broke it up into bottles of water instead of doing like the liters and the gallons or whatever. So for the 75 Soft, 4 water bottles a day. The 75 Medium, 5 water bottles a day. And the 75 Hard, 6 water bottles a day. For exercise, the Soft, 1 45-minute workout a day and 1 rest day. For the Medium, 1 45-minute workout a day, no rest days. And then for the Hard, 2 45-minute workouts a day. For the Soft, 10 pages of any book. It could be self-help, it could be fiction, nonfiction, mystery, thriller, romance, whatever. The same thing for the Medium. That one stays consistent. And then for the Hard, 10 pages of self-development, nonfiction, personal growth book. Then for the progress pictures, 75 Soft, you could take 1 weekly progress picture. For the 75 Medium, you have to take 1 daily. And for the 75 Hard, you have to take 1 daily. But I'm not going to lie. This is just how I broke it up, but I'm still taking it, even for Soft, Medium, and Hard. I'm still taking a progress picture every day. That's just for some people that like may forget, or, you're getting into the swing of things, but I'm personally doing it every day because I just want to see the growth. So now I'm going to talk to you guys about the reasons for me doing that. And I'm really going to talk about the risk of, doing the 75 hard every single day. So as you can see, I gradually am starting things. I'm not putting myself in a mindset of, oh, I have to do this every single day and I have to get this done. And then also putting my state of, like, my body, my state of being in it. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like sometimes your mind can be thinking one thing, your physical body's thinking another, and then your heart's thinking another. Like, I'm slowly trying to synchronize everything, because what this really is yes, it's physical a lot, but a lot of this is really a mental challenge, right? Getting yourself to do these things, getting yourself to, stay consistent. But what can affect you, I feel like, is mentally you're telling yourself, it's the new year, it's the new me, I'm trying to start my goals, I'm trying to da-da-da, and your body is like, that's great, but we not there yet. And you like, well, we gonna get there. We gonna get there right now, today. And your body does not have time to catch up with you. So one of the risks of the physical part of working out 2 45-minute workouts a day and you don't work out is literally your body shutting down. Like, yes, it sounds good on paper, but you have to understand how rigorous that is with no breaks. Most people's body, especially if you don't work out, cannot take that. For 75 days, you can't take that. Like if you really just be honest with yourself, you can't take that for 75 days. That's physically a thing that can mess you up. But then I feel like it also mentally could just tire your body out. Like, I feel like you can go through areas just in life, or mentally, I should say, of fatigue, of feeling foggy, of feeling, and you're like, why do I feel this way? It's because your body's literally shutting down. Your body's literally tired. I feel like if you do any research, and I did my research, which is how I, found out all this stuff before I started, but doing 2 45-minute workouts a day for 75 days, starting from nothing, that don't even make no sense. Another thing, going into the consumption of water. People have to realize anything too much of something can be bad. So I think sometimes when it comes to like healthy things or good things, people have this assumption of like, oh, well, it's good, so it can't be bad for me. You can internally mess up your organs from drinking too much water. And I'm not saying you don't drink water now, but most people probably don't drink the amount of water they should be drinking a day. I can admit that myself. So I say that to say, slowly start to build that up. Slowly get your body used to, your organs used to, everything used to drinking a certain amount of water a day, instead of forcing yourself to drink all this water a day. And it will really messes people up is you're not used to drinking so much water a day, but you convince yourself, I have to drink 6 water bottles. I have to drink 7 water bottles. I have to da-da-da. So what happens is you're going to sleep at 11 o'clock, 10:30, whatever. It registers to you at what? 8:39. Oh, I got 4 more water bottles to drink. I got 3 more. And then what do you? Miss Pissy Body. Because you up all night going pee, right? Because you're forcing, and that's also not good to drink that much water in a small time span as well. But now you potentially can mess yourself up more because you're drinking it such a small time span. And then also, you're going to be up all night. So then you're going to be tired in the morning, trying to work out in the morning. I feel like it just leads to a lot of downhill dominoes. So I personally feel like starting slow doing that is great. Another thing when it comes to the books, a lot of people have to be honest with themselves that they don't read for various reasons, and that's okay. And that's why I said starting out with doing a fiction book. Starting out with, I always tell people, because I'm a little reading advocate, right? I personally like reading, but I had to learn to like it. I think a lot of times when people hear about me reading books, like friends and stuff like that, they have this assumption of like, oh, she just likes, I don't know, like a smart, like there's some kind of inclination that comes with reading and like smart, because we look at reading as a chore, right? So when we think of reading, we think of sad in a sense of, or bad, or we just don't want to do it. And I say that to say because growing up in school, that's how it was. We had to do a weekly reading list. We had to read to write papers. Every time we thought of reading, it was in a sense for school. It was a chore. We had to do it. So now when we become adults, it's hard for us to do it because we don't even understand mentally. There's something in the back of our head that's like, no, don't, that's a chore. Don't do it. That's not fun. That's not. The reason why reading is fun to me personally is because I read books. I always tell people I read books the same way I watch movies. I tell people the reason why you can't find a good book is because you think of it as a chore. So you think of a book as you just have to pick one up, or you think of a book as, you have to read a personal development book, or it has to teach you something. The books I read the fastest, like every so often I do try to read personal development, personal growth books. The books I read the fastest, I'm a mystery girly. I love mystery thriller movies. Those are the fastest books I read because it reminds me of the TV shows and the movies that I read. Similar to if you find a good TV show on Netflix and They have every single season, and at the end of every episode, it's kind of like a cliffhanger. You're gonna want to keep watching the next episode. That's how I am with books. Now, it did take a while to find a good book and get into it, but that's how I am with books. Like, people may think, like, I talked about it a little while ago on my channel. A couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I read 3 books in 1 week. And some people may say, wow, that's a lot. Da, da, da. Y'all, I was reading as much a day as people watch TV. I just swapped it out for something else. But you have to get your body into doing it. Like I said, you have to register to your mind that it's not a chore. Wait, we like doing this. Wait, this can be fun. Don't force it on yourself. So that's another thing when it comes to like the reading, the progress pictures. I just feel like just set a reminder on your phone. Like I don't feel like that's really that much of a thing. And then with the diet, so when it comes to the diet, the reason why I said start slow is because a lot of people aren't used to cooking like that. Like, and when I say cooking, I mean cooking things from scratch. Well, cooking things for the most part. Like, I'm not talking about Trader Joe's, no shade to them, I love them, but like I'm talking about actually cooking. Most people aren't used to cooking that often, and that's okay. Acknowledge that. I feel like when you try to start too hard, it's you telling yourself, in a sense, I know you don't know how to do something, but you better do it good. That's like somebody taking you to a sip and paint, and then you go and they're like, okay, let's paint a Picasso. But it's a beginner's sip and paint. Like, are you trying to be funny? And I feel like personally, I feel like that's what your body feels like. You trying to be funny? You know we don't cook. And you telling me to cook 7 days out of the week, no cheat meals, healthy meals? I don't even know what a healthy meal is. But it's like, get your body, that's why I said, first start with the soft, start out cooking. The medium, it's like, all right, we've been cooking for 25 days. Now we can start figuring out healthy meals. But we still cook a little fried chicken every so often. And then for the next 75 days, you've been mostly cooking healthy. You've been cooking consistently. Now for 7 days a week, let's cook. And like I said, I'm meal prepping. I'm not even cooking 7 days a week, but I'm cooking for 7 days a week. I say that to say, I feel like the risk of it are your body's going into overload. Your mind, and you're probably good for the first week or two. I feel like that's like a placebo, right? Because you have all this motivation. You got this adrenaline, you're going. And then you wonder why the 3rd, 4th week, which is what happens with a lot of people goals. I read a statistic, most people drop their goals, New Year's goals, by I think January 20th or January 21st. Why? Because for the first 2 to 3 weeks, you're going off all that adrenaline. Because you told yourself, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then eventually you put so much on your plate that your mind is like, we have to do so much stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't do it. No. And then you stop. And I say that to say, that's why I'm breaking it up. Because I'm not trying to overload my mind. I'm not trying to overload my body. And a thing that I'm also trying to do is build habits. I feel like the whole point of this challenge is to build healthy habits. And I feel like some people are making it too much of a challenge, like a game. Like, I have to beat this game. I just got to beat it. I just got to do it for 75 days. Because I feel like for me personally, even if I did do the 75 hard every single day, I feel like one of the risks I even thought about was me forcing myself to go so hard for 75 days to the point where once I finish, I don't do nothing. And I feel like to me, that would be a waste. Yes, I can say, for 75 days I did this. But at the same time, I want to build these into habits. Do I expect myself to work out every single day? No. Do I expect myself to drink 6-7 water bottles a day? No. Do I expect myself to cook every single day healthy meals? No. But what do I expect? I expect more than last year. I expect more than yesterday. So I expect myself, okay, maybe I'm not drinking 4 to 5 more water bottles a day. Maybe I'm only drinking 2 more than I did before. That's still better than what I was doing. You get what I'm saying? I feel like when you do things slow, maybe I'm not working out 6-7 times a day, but maybe a week, but maybe I'm working out 4, sometimes even 3 times a week. That's more than I do now. And I feel like when you do the soft, medium, hard, it allows you to respect the progression as much and see the benefits of it and really turn them into habits, because you're not starting out hard. You're not starting out with the expectation of, oh, I have to get this goal. And you really get to appreciate the moment. And I feel like one of the things that it's not going to really turn into a habit is if you don't appreciate it, because you don't really realize, like, you don't see the progress of you working there. You don't understand, you get what I'm saying, how to do things. You're just forcing yourself to just start and just be hard. You get what I'm saying? So even that has a risk of it. Because even like I was thinking about it when I went to the gym, and like, right, oftentimes we go to the gym and we kind of sometimes do our max or close to our max. So let's say your max is the weight's 25 pounds, right? Even now that I'm starting out with this 25 soft, if my max, I know I could do 25 pounds. Now I'm starting out like I think to do like, 17.5, 15 pounds. Why? Because I want to get my form good. I want to start, you get what I'm saying? I want to start getting good at doing what's considered normal / easy for me. And then when I do go to what was once hard for me, I highly doubt will be as hard. Now I'm doing more weights. Now I'm running more. Now I'm doing more, whatever the case may be. I can do that with the confidence that I know how to do it. You trying to go hard every single day? You mentally, physically, always, you don't even really know if you could do this thing. You still looking on TikTok, how to do this form, but if you don't know how to do something, why is you doing it the hardest? I feel like that's kind of how it is with a 75 hard. Like, it could mess you up because you don't even know how to do something, but you're trying to do it the hardest instead of gradually building yourself up. And I feel like people have to come to terms with that. Like, I get it. We want results, right? We're the McDonald's generation. And when I say McDonald's generation, I don't think it's just, I'm a Gen Zer, but I don't think it's just by age. I think it's just society. Everybody wants things how they want it, hot, ready, whatever the case may be. And so even like I said before, I'm not even worried about necessarily, I have to be doing this, working out 7 days a week, even after I have to be doing this. No, I just want to be better than before because I know by the end of the year that I'm probably going to get to that point. But I'm focused so much on the goal. My goal is to get healthier. My goal is to develop healthy habits. My goal is to read more. So if that's your goal, why does it matter if you achieve your goal in 75 days or you achieve your goal in 7 months? And I feel like that's the thing. Like, we're not really worried about the goal. You want that body right so you can go on vacation. You want to start reading more books because you met that guy and he said he loved going to Barnes. No, like, you're not really focused on that thing. And I feel like once you do it slowly and you accept the fact that, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, I'm starting slow. It's your mind, your body, your soul can appreciate it more. In a sense of, I started small and now I'm up. And I feel like when you do that also, you can repeat things, you could turn things, you could whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at it in a sense of a lot of people even say, right, I got money problems. And if somebody would just give me money, I'll be good. Somebody could drop off $1 million to your doorstep tomorrow and most of y'all will go broke by the end of the year. It's proven. Like, it's literally been scientifically proven. Most people that win the lotto go broke. And these people are winning millions, crazy money. They go broke in a very short term. But these are the same people that was, no shade, probably crying, saying, I just need my bills paid. Why is that? Because they didn't even understand how they got that money. It was just luck. They didn't even understand how with all due respect, no shade, to the girls that get their bodies done. Like, you get a BBL. I feel like another reason why a lot of people, most people get 2, 3, 4 rounds is because they don't know how to keep that thing up. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was just given to, and it's no shade. Like, I don't want to say, because I have family members, loved ones who's gotten their body done. But I say that to say, if you don't really appreciate something, if you didn't learn how to get something, you're always going to need something or somebody else to keep it going. So you're going to need another challenge. You're going to need it because you didn't develop the habits to do it. Similar to the quote, they say, give a man a fish, he won't be hungry for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he won't be hungry for a lifetime. Teach yourself how to fish. Teach yourself how to implement these habits. And don't just expect yourself to just keep them going. And you have to realize, are you doing this challenge because you want to achieve your goals? Are you doing this challenge because you want to, get healthy habits and you want these habits to help you do other things? Or are you doing this challenge just to say, I did the challenge, or I just completed it? Or do you really want this thing to be something that you can keep going? You get what I'm saying? In different variations. And finally, how I would recommend to prepare for this challenge, because there are a few things that I did to prepare for it. And I'm gonna go by each category. First, when it comes to the books, treat it the same way you look when you're trying to find a restaurant. When you're trying to find a restaurant, what do? You go to TikTok, right? You're trying to find a birthday restaurant, you go to TikTok. Go to TikTok. You know what kind of movies you like. Good romance books, look up. Good mystery books. Literally, that's what I do at Barnes & Nobles. Every time I go to Barnes & Nobles, or before I go, I find a book that I want to read, look at the comments and stuff like that, then I get it. And most of the time, it's a good book. So don't put yourself in a position of, I don't know how to find a book. You don't know how to find a good restaurant either, but you do it. So do it. Okay. The next one, when it comes to, cooking, like I said before, a lot of people, we have busy schedules, stuff to do. You don't want to cook every single day. Meal prep. Buy the meal prep containers so you can meal prep. I'm even meal prepping with my smoothies. I have the freezer storage bags so I can make 4 to 5 smoothies on like a Sunday or something. Put them in my freezer. When I'm done, when I get out the gym, you know what I'm saying? Before I go to the gym, put them out. By the time I come home from the gym, they're defrosted. Also with the meal prep, what I'm doing is I'm only grocery shopping for the things that I need. So I literally make a list what I'm eating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all that stuff, writing down the meals I'm gonna eat, the food I need to go with that, right? So if I'm making tuna salad, I gotta buy the tuna, I gotta buy the elbows, I gotta buy the mayonnaise, whatever. And then when I go to the grocery store, I'm only buying those things. Don't go to the grocery store trying to buy every single thing, because that's what messes up too. Oh, I like that, or I'm just get that. With the prepping for my meals, I only buy what I need. I might buy a snack or two, but for the most part, just because I see some ground beef, if I said I'm not making spaghetti, burgers, whatever this week, I'm not getting no ground beef. In a sense of like, help yourself be laser focused. So you know what I'm saying? You don't have no excuses of, well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Figure out what meals you're eating for every day, the food necessary to get it, make a list, go to the grocery store and get those foods. And I feel like it saves you money because a lot of times, let's be honest, especially when it comes to fruits, vegetables, stuff like that, a lot of that stuff goes stale. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes it be going stale in my freezer because I be like, oh yeah, I need to eat asparagus more. I ain't think of one meal this week that needed asparagus. That's what asparagus gonna go with. I eat noodles all week. And so now the asparagus is bad. So that's another thing I definitely recommend to try to do. Another thing with the water, if you know you're probably not going to remember to drink 4 water bottles, or you don't want to carry 4 water bottles, get one of those water bottles from Amazon that will tell you, have ticks to tell you to make sure you're drinking. Just do the math. I mean, you could do the math on it versus the actual water bottle looking at it, or just fill it up. See how many water bottles fill in there. Do that. And then also with workouts, have a workout circuit. Like I know, for example, on Mondays, I try to like bar, Pilates, yoga. Tuesdays, I'm doing running. Wednesdays, I'm doing weights. Thursdays, I'm doing running. Friday, I'm doing running. And Saturday, I'm doing weights again. So that's my circuit. And then Sunday, I'm resting for the 75 soft. Give yourself a circuit, and even what are you doing? Like when I go to do weights, I literally have a thing. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Help yourself. Like I'm a big advocate of poor preparation leads to poor performance. Help yourself perform better. Stop putting yourself in a position where you feel like, oh, I have to do everything by myself and I have to prepare for these things, right? But like I said before, if you guys want the full scope of it, also check out my video below, the 75 hard challenge, when I talked about it initially. And like I said before, do it gradually. Appreciate the moment. Love on yourself. Care about yourself, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget that I post videos almost every day. So there's always more stuff to talk about. There's always more stuff to do in, because we are all on this personal growth journey, and I'm with y'all. I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, she got everything together. I am with y'all. Literally, this is my second day out here. I'm with y'all every step of the way, and I'm gonna be documenting my journey. So make sure you follow for that. Posting weekly vlogs of me doing the 75-day soft, medium, hard, all that. So I thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all, and have a great one. And start that challenge. You can start today, you can start tomorrow, you can start next week. First, do the necessary things to prepare so you have all the things ready. Don't try to do it the day of, because trust me, you're gonna mess yourself up. Do the things to prepare, and then start, okay?